Well, hello my friends. This video is about stoner metal. Stoner metal dates back to the early to mid 1990s. It is a form of doom metal that has more of a psychedelic vibe to it. The guitar tone and bass tone is generally very thick, and the guitar often employs more of a fuzz type of sound to it. Also, a lot of these bands favor more of a retro type of production. A lot of the lyrics discuss marijuana, drugs, and other unusual subjects. A lot of the early heavy metal bands were a big influence on the style. Those would include bands like Black Sabbath, Blue Cheer, and Sir Lord Baltimore. Also, a lot of the traditional doom metal bands had a profound impact as well, and those would include bands like The Obsessed, Pentagram, and Saint Vitus. There is a style of music referred to as stoner rock. I'm not going to be discussing that. That would refer to bands that have more of a rock and roll type of vibe to them and would include bands like Monster Magnet and Fu Manchu. I'm going to be discussing metal and won't be including any of those bands. So I'm going to get right into my list now. I have a list of 15 stoner metal bands. I consider these to be some of the most essential bands within stoner metal. So basically I'm going to go through the list and I'm going to talk a little bit about each band. Alright, the first band on the list is Cathedral. They are a band out of England. They formed back in 1989 and split up in 2013. They released 10 full-length albums and 6 EPs. Sleep, that is a band out of the US. They formed back in 1990. They are still active and they released 4 full lengths and 1 EP. Kaius, that is a band out of the US. They formed back in 1991 and they split up around 1996. However, some of the members did regroup afterwards to play some live shows. The band has released 4 full-length albums. Electric Wizard, that is a band out of England. They formed back in 1993. They are still active. They have 9 full lengths and 4 EPs. Acid King, that is a band out of the US. They formed back in 1993. Still active. They have 4 full lengths and 2 EPs. Karma to Burn, that is a band out of the US. They formed back in 1994. They have 7 full lengths and 6 EPs, and they are still active. Orange Goblin, that is a band out of England. They formed back in 1995. They're still active. They have 9 full lengths and 2 EPs. Alright, Weed Eater, that is a band out of the US. They formed back in 1995. They're still active and they have 5 full lengths. Bongzilla, that is a band out of the US. They formed back in 1995. They're still active. They have 4 full lengths and 3 EPs. Goat Snake, that is another band out of the US. They formed back in 1996. They are still active. They have 3 full lengths and 4 EPs. Yob, that is a band out of the US as well. They formed back in 1996. They are still active. They have 8 full lengths and 1 EP. Okay, UFO Mammoth, that is a band out of Italy. They formed back in 1999. They are still active. And they have 9 full lengths. Okay, Bong Ripper, that is a band out of the US. They formed back in 2005. They're still active. They have 7 full lengths and 1 EP. Windhand, that is a band out of the US. They formed back in 2008. And they are still active and they have 4 full lengths. Okay, the last band on the list is Belzebon. They formed in 2008. They are still active. They are from Poland, and they have 3 full lengths and 1 EP. Okay, that is my video about stoner metal, and that was my list of stoner metal bands. Hopefully you learned something, and if you're not familiar with some of these bands, definitely check them out. This is a very unique style of music, and thank you very much for watching. Take care and have yourselves a good day.